Okay, so we are now going to go over lesson 4.7, surface area of a right cylinder. What is the area of this circle? We've got, this is known as a radius when it's halfway, a diameter if it goes the full way. So this is a radius. What is the circumference of the circle? So that's all the way around. So first we need to talk about pi. Pi is an unending decimal number. So it goes 3.1415, blah, blah, blah. For our purposes, we're going to say 3.14 just to make things a little bit easier. So 3.14 we'll say is pi. Area of a circle is pi r squared. So for this example here would be 3.14 multiplied by r squared. So it'd be 4 squared. 4 squared turns into 16. We multiply 3.14 times 16 and we get 50 decimal to 4, and this would be area, so it's centimeters squared. Circumference of a circle, that means all the distance around, is 2 times pi, or 3.14, times the radius of 4. So this one, we would get 25.12 centimeters. This is not squared. This is just the area around. It's not, it's just the circumference around the circle. It's not area. The basis of a right cylinder has two congruent circles, so both of these are equal. The curved surface of a cylinder is a rectangle when laid flat. These three shapes make the net of a cylinder. So this is the net, this is the cylinder. Surface area of a cylinder, 2 times area of one circular base plus the area of the rectangle. So we have to multiply both circles. So we have to multiply that by 2 because they're 2 equal ones. So we have to find the area of one circular base and multiply that by 2 and then add the area of the rectangle there. Notice the width here. This width of the rectangle is equal to the height of the cylinder versus the length of the rectangle is equal to the circumference. So that's why we had to learn what circumference was, because that is the length of the rectangle. All the way around here is the circumference of the base, as we notice right there. Area of the rectangle, circumference of the base, multiplied the height of the cylinder. When finding the surface area of a tube, 2 open ends, we only have to find the area of the rectangle. We don't need to find the area of the 2 circles. Okay, so we're supposed to find the surface area of this cylinder. Notice the height is equal to 11 centimeters and the radius is 8 centimeters. So surface area of the cylinder, we have to multiply the area of both the bases. So area of a circle is pi r squared, and then we have to add the area of the rectangle, and the rectangle is going to be the 2 pi r circumference around multiplied by the height. So that's the formula there. We get 2 times, so we'd have 3.14 and 8 to the power of 2 plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius of 8 times the height of 11. So we do this one first. We go 2 times 3.14 times 8 is 64. And then we add 2 times 3.14. We'll say this is, if we multiply 2 times 3.14, we get 6.28 times 8 times 11 is 88. Then we are multiplying this. 3.14 times 64 would be 296. And then we've got 6.28 times 88. This would be 552.64. Multiply 2 times 200, we get 401.92 plus 552.64. We add those two together. And we get 954.56, and remember this is surface area, so it is centimeters squared, and that's the answer. Okay, so we're supposed to find the surface area of this cylinder. So we have, again, 2 pi r squared because we've got 2 of the same circle, and that's pi r squared is the area of a circle. And we're going to add 2 pi r, which is the circumference or the length of the rectangle created by the cylinder, multiplied by the height. This one is a little bit tricky because it's giving you the diameter, not the radius. So the radius would be only 5 centimeters, so you got to be aware of that. Surface area would be 2 times, so 3.14 times r squared would be 5 squared, plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius would be 5, and then we're multiplied by the height of 15. So we get 3.14, and 5 squared is 25. 2 times 3.14 is 6.28, and we're going to multiply by 5 yet, and 15. We've got 2 times 3.14 times 25 would give us 78.5. 6.28 times 5 gives us 31.4 times 15. 2 times 78.5 is 157. Plus 31.5 times 15 is 471. If you add those together, you get 628, and this is surface area, so it would be centimeters squared. That's the answer. Finding the surface area of this Snell cylinder, again, the formula would be surface area. We're multiplying 2 areas of the circles, 2 congruent circles, and we're adding the circumference, so it's 2 pi r, and we're multiplying that by the height. Okay, so we get 2 times 3.14 times 4.4 squared plus 2 pi r, so it'll be 2 times 3.14 times 4.4, and then multiplied by 7.2. We go to 3.14. 4.4 squared is 4.4 times 4.4, which gives us 19.36. And in here, 2 times 3.14, 6.28. Multiplying that by 4.4, multiplied by 7.2. Next one here, we go 3.14 times 19.36. We get 60.7904, and we add, so we're going 6.28 times 4.4, which gives us 27.632, and we're still multiplying that by 7.2. 2 times 60.7904 gives us 121.5808, and we add, multiplying 27.632 times 7.2, 198.9504. We're adding these two, we get 320.5312 centimeters squared. I'm just going to round it to 1 decimal place, so be 0.5 centimeters squared. So that's the answer for that cylinder. For this word problem, A manufacturer produces a can with a height of 7 centimeters and a diameter of 5 centimeters. So the radius would be 2.5. What is the surface area of the label to 1 decimal place? So we just want the surface area of the label. We don't want both circles. So to find the surface area of that, we just want the rectangle. So the rectangle, again, is the circumference, so 2 pi r multiplied by the height. That's all we need to do for this equation. We don't need to find the surface area of the 2 circles because we're just finding the surface area of the label. So we multiply 2 times 3.14 times the radius of 2.5 times the height of 7. So we get 6.28 times 2.5 times 7. We get 15.7 times 7. We get 109.9. It ended up being centimeters squared because it is surface area. So to answer this question, what is the surface area of the label? The surface area of the label is 109.9 centimeters squared, period. Last question here. A student wants to cover a water bottle with a decorative label. The height of the water bottle is 30 centimeters and the diameter is 5 centimeters. What is the surface area of the label? Again, just the label. So we're just doing the surface area of the rectangle, which is the circumference, 2 pi r, multiplied by the height. So we got 2 times 3.14 times the radius. They say 5 centimeters, so we know it's 2.5, and we're multiplying by 30 centimeters is the height. So we get 6.28 times 2.5 times 30. So we get 15.7 times 30, which gives us 471 centimeters squared. So again, the surface area of the label is 471 centimeters squared. That's the answer for that question.